Let this love charm be the proof that you will love me, and only me for all of life. It will be the most romantic thing we ever do. Under Adrian's relentless persuasion, a mix of brainwashing and emotional coercion, I did it. I swallowed the charm, a living thing, for him. He held me in a tender embrace, swearing he would love me for a lifetime in return. Just 2 weeks later, I walked in on him tangled in bed with my best friend. The thought of that bug inside you makes me sick, Adrian sneered. Get out. We're done. I fell to my knees, pleading through a torrent of tears. No, please don't break up with me. I'll die. He threw me out of the apartment without a shred of pity. In my desperation, I called the woman who had given me the charm. I have a secret for you, she told me, her voice calm and steady. The one who carries the charm does not necessarily die, but the one who betrays love most certainly will. Go home, she advised. Eat, drink, and be merry. In less than a month, he will come crawling back to you on his knees. A week after our trip, Adrian started working late. He was constantly on edge, his nights spent away from home. When I called, he would erupt in a fury of accusations. He swore he wasn't cheating. If he were that kind of man, he wouldn't have waited this long. He was building a future for us, he said, and my suspicion was an insult to his hard work. I immediately apologized. He was right. He was working so hard for us. I had no reason to doubt him. If I couldn't trust him, how could I ever be his wife? Then one night I woke up burning with a fever of 102. I was so weak I could barely lift my head. I had no choice but to call him. It was 3 in the morning, but he answered almost instantly. What is it now, Chloe? Can't you see I'm working? Do you have to bother me? His voice was a raw nerve. Do you have any idea how hard this is for me? You're at home, sleeping peacefully, and it's still not enough for you. He must be exhausted, I thought. So stressed that his emotions were frayed. Adrian, I'm sorry to bother you, I whispered. But I have a fever. I can't even get out of bed. Can you please come home and take me to the hospital? I remembered a time when even a slight cold would send him into a panic. Early in our relationship, I got sick on a stormy night. He showed up at my door, drenched to the bone, with a radiant smile on his face. From now on, he had declared, you're not allowed to get sick without my permission. It hurts me too much. That night, we slept together for the first time, and he swore by the lamp's light that he would take care of me forever. But tonight, when I told him I had a 102-degree fever, all I got was impatience. Chloe, if you're not dying, then just deal with it. I don't have time to take you to the hospital. His voice was like ice. And let me warn you, don't call me again without my permission. First, it was don't get sick without my permission. Now it was don't even call me. How had it come to this? I had taken a love charm for him, binding myself to love him for eternity, or else I would die. Just as the line went dead, I heard it. The soft, unmistakable moan of a woman. It was a sound any adult would recognize. A sound made only in moments of passion. I froze, the world crumbling around me. As much as I didn't want to believe it, the truth was undeniable. His work was a lie. He was with someone else. The love charm meant I could only love him. If he left me for another woman, the poison would activate and I would die. I didn't want to die. I wanted to keep loving him. I dragged my heavy, aching body to the hospital myself. I collapsed the moment I walked through the doors. When I woke up, Adrian was standing by my bed. Adrian, you're here, I said, my heart soaring. He did care. He did love me. But his face was a mask of annoyance. I was in the middle of something important, Chloe. Couldn't you have just stayed home? He gritted out. The doctor called me because you collapsed. Do you have any idea how much of my time you've wasted? There was no love in his eyes, only anger. I felt like I had been plunged into a frozen lake. If I could have endured it, I wouldn't have dragged my leaden body all the way to the hospital. Were you really working? I asked, my voice barely a whisper. A flicker of panic crossed his face. He exploded. What is that supposed to mean? Are you accusing me of something? He roared. I'm slaving away at the office, and you think I'm out messing around? I didn't say you were messing around, I said calmly. You said it. He sneered. I dropped a major project to come here and take care of you, and this is the thanks I get? A nurse came in. Sir, this is a hospital. Please keep your voice down. Adrian shot her a venomous look. This is none of your business. I'm talking to my girlfriend. Anyone got a problem with that? The nurse gave me a look of pure pity. That look pierced my heart like 1,000 arrows. People used to look at me with envy. They envied the way Adrian doted on me. Now all I got was pity. Do you still love me? I asked him. He wouldn't meet my eyes. If I didn't love you, would I have dropped everything to come here? I took a love charm for you, I said, my voice trembling. I can only love you for the rest of my life or I'll die. His eyes darted around the room. The office is really busy. I have to go. He turned and fled, slamming the door behind him. My heart turned to ash. I didn't want to admit it, but I knew that day was coming. The day he would leave me. I pounded my head with my fists, hating my own stupidity. Why had I done it? Why had I gambled my life on a promise of love? That afternoon my best friend Sandra came to visit. The moment I saw her, the dam of my composure broke, and I sobbed uncontrollably. She held me close. That love charm, will it really kill you? I pulled down the collar of my hospital gown, revealing a strange reddish-purple bruise over my heart. This appeared the first night. Adrian started working late. I explained. It's getting bigger. I asked the woman who gave it to me. It's the first sign of the poison. Sandra stared at the bruise, and for a fleeting moment, I saw a flicker of a smile in her eyes. Sandra, why are you smiling? I asked, my voice laced with disbelief. My best friend, knowing I was dying, wasn't worried, wasn't trying to help me. She was smiling. You must be delirious from the fever, she said quickly, her expression shifting to one of concern. Why would I smile? You're my best friend. We've known each other for 8 years. I'm worried about you. I must have been mistaken. Sandra and I were like sisters. She would never wish me harm. I'm sorry, Sandra. I must have seen it wrong. It's okay, she said, patting my hand. Don't worry, I'll help you find a way. If the charm can be planted, it can be removed. I shook my head, my voice full of despair. No. The moment I swallowed that living thing, my fate was sealed. Oh, she said, a strange note in her voice. Chloe, I just remembered I have something to do. I have to go. I'll come see you again soon. She had arrived in a hurry, and she left just as quickly. I ended up staying in the hospital for a week with pneumonia. Adrian never came back. And Sandra, who had promised to visit again, never showed up. I knew Adrian was entangled with someone else. But Sandra, her absence was a puzzle I couldn't solve. The day I was discharged, a nurse pulled me aside. I know it's not my place, but you shouldn't stay with that man. He's not good for you. He only came to see you once in 7 days. I gave her a sad smile. You don't understand. I can't leave him. She looked at me with a mixture of frustration and pity. You're a beautiful woman. You could find someone else in a heartbeat. Why can't you leave him? I couldn't bring myself to tell a stranger about the love charm, about my own foolishness. She sighed and let it go. The air outside was fresh and clean, but the weight on my chest felt heavier than ever. The walk home, which should have taken minutes, took me 3 hours. I was terrified of what I would find, terrified that Adrian would be gone. I didn't want to die. My parents had worked so hard to raise me. I hadn't even had a chance to repay their kindness. When I finally reached our apartment, my hands trembled as I tried to unlock the door. The moment I stepped inside, I saw them. 2 large suitcases packed and ready to go. My heart stopped. He was leaving me. He was really leaving me. I tore open one of the bags in a panic, but inside I found my own clothes hastily stuffed, not folded. From the bedroom I heard strange noises, the sounds of passion, of 2 bodies moving together. My legs felt like they were made of lead as I dragged myself to the bedroom door. I took a deep breath, turned the knob, and pushed the door open. The scene that greeted me sent my mind into a state of shock. 2 bodies entwined in a tangle of limbs and lust. Sandra. The name escaped my lips in a horrified shriek. Couldn't you have called before you came back? Adrian roared, his face a mask of fury. My eyes were fixed on Sandra, my best friend, the one who had promised we would be friends for life, the one who was supposed to be my maid of honor. And now she was in bed with my boyfriend. Rage blinded me. I lunged at her, my fists raised, but before I could land a blow, Adrian kicked me in the stomach. The pain was excruciating. I curled into a ball on the floor, gasping for air. She's my woman now, Chloe, he said, his voice cold. I won't let you touch her. The irony was a knife in my heart. She's your woman? Then who am I? He gestured to the suitcases by the door. Can't you see? We're breaking up. Adrian, you know what that means for me. I screamed. You made me take the love charm. You made me promise to love you forever. How can you do this? It's not like there's no way out, he said nonchalantly. I may have broken up with you, but you can still love me. Love me for the rest of your life and you won't die. The sheer audacity of it left me speechless. I turned to Sandra. Why? Why would you seduce my boyfriend? She laughed. Seduce? We're in love. It's as simple as that. I threw my head back and laughed, a wild, unhinged sound. I must have looked like a madwoman to them. Sandra, if he leaves me, I'll die. You know that. I'll die. Her face hardened. She stood over me, her expression triumphant. Of course I know. That's the point. I want you to die. Her words were a physical blow. You thought I came to the hospital to comfort you, she sneered. I came to make sure you were really dying. My best friend, my sister, wanted me dead. In college, you were better than me at everything, she spat. Every guy I liked you instead. Why? Why did I always have to be second best? What makes you so special? I've hated you since the day we met. I was never your friend. She took Adrian's arm. I had to have your boyfriend. I had to prove that I was better than you. All these years I had been her friend, and she had been my enemy. The betrayal was a double blow, from my lover and my closest confidant. Take your things and get out, Adrian said. I pay the rent here every month. Why should I be the one to leave? He pulled out his wallet, counted out $1,000 and threw the bills in my face. There's your money. Now get out. As your former best friend, Sandra said, her voice dripping with mock concern, let me give you a piece of advice. If you don't want to die, you'd better keep loving Adrian. But can you really do that? Knowing he's with me every night. She was trying to break me, to extinguish the last embers of my love for him, to ensure my death. My things were thrown out after me. The door slammed shut. I was utterly alone. I took out my phone and dialed a number. I don't want to die, I sobbed. I need to remove the charm. Please help me. There was a long silence on the other end of the line. You won't die, the woman said. But he's with someone else. He's left me. How can I possibly keep loving him? How could I love a man who was sleeping with my best friend in our bed? A man who had stabbed me in the heart again and again. The love charm is about love, she explained. Whoever betrays that love is the one who will be punished. He betrayed you. He will die. And so will she. I was stunned. But I'm the one who swallowed the charm. It's in my body. Why would they be the ones to die? You swallowed the charm, yes. But when you and he were intimate, the charm split. A part of it entered his body. But the bruise on my chest? That is the residual poison leaving your body. A wave of delirious joy washed over me. I wasn't going to die. They were. This was the best news I had ever heard. Is there any way for them to break the curse? I asked. Only if he falls in love with you again. And you must love him back. I burst out laughing, a wild, triumphant sound. They were doomed. There was no way I could ever love Adrian again. Not in this lifetime. The door opened and Sandra glared at me. Why are you still here? This is my home with Adrian now. Have you no shame? She, the other woman, was calling me shameless. I had been so blind. Congratulations, I said, a wide, genuine smile on my face. You found a man who truly loves you. She frowned. Have you gone crazy? Well, whatever. You'll be dead soon anyway. I don't believe you can keep loving him. The depth of her hatred was astonishing. Was it my fault that I was better than her? Sandra, I said, do you really want me to die that much? I can't wait to see you rotting in your grave, she hissed. I want to see you covered in sores, your body decaying. I just smiled. Oh, that day will come, Sandra. But who it happens to, that remains to be seen. She didn't understand. Just get out of here. Adrian and I have some unfinished business. He says I'm much better than you in bed. Of course you are, I said sweetly. You're a whore. You've had a lot more practice. I, on the other hand, have not. Her face turned purple with rage. She slammed the door. The next day I went to work as usual. My colleagues were whispering and giving me strange looks. Sandra, who worked at the same company, saw me and feigned surprise. You still have the nerve to show your face here? Aren't you going to quit? I had pulled strings to get her this job, because she had begged me not to let our friendship fade. Why shouldn't I be here? I asked. It was just a breakup. She had obviously been spreading rumors. It wasn't a breakup, Chloe. He dumped you. You were thrown away. I almost feel sorry for you. Her pity was disgusting. I raised my voice so everyone could hear. I don't know what Sandra has told you, but yes, I was dumped. I fell in love with a scumbag and I accept the consequences. But as for someone who prides herself on seducing her best friend's boyfriend, I'd advise you all to stay away from her. Who knows whose husband or boyfriend she'll go after next? Sandra's face paled. That's a lie. Adrian and I are in love. He just didn't love you anymore. I laughed. We were still together when you started sleeping with him. Isn't that the definition of an affair? You say you're in love. Why did you have to fall in love with someone else's boyfriend? You can have him. I don't want him anymore. She sneered. Do you dare not to love him? You think I should go back and beg him to take me back, while you whisper poison in his ear and tell him to be even crueler to me? Would that make you happy? Her silence was all the confirmation I needed. She was that venomous. But I wouldn't give her the satisfaction. Did it matter if Adrian loved me? I wasn't the one who was going to die. They were. I wouldn't be begging him for anything. Soon he would be the one begging me. Believe it or not, Sandra, I said. Soon Adrian will be on his knees, begging me to love him again. She looked at me as if I were insane. He can't even stand the thought of you right now. Why would he ever beg you for anything? Just wait and see, I said. Just then our supervisor, Mr. Shaw, walked in. Sandra immediately ran to him. Mr. Shaw, Chloe's personal drama is disrupting the entire office. Her continued presence will damage the company's reputation. I think she should be fired. I was stunned by her audacity. She was trying to get me fired from the job I had helped her get. All the colleagues are talking about her, she continued. It's affecting productivity. A good job was hard to come by and I love this company. Mr. Shaw, I began. It's not my fault, He held up a hand to silence me. My heart sank. Sandra smirked at me. Sandra, Mr. Shaw said, his voice cold. I'm well aware of the situation. And from what I understand, you're the one who started the rumors. You seduced Chloe's boyfriend, and then you had the nerve to brag about it. Sandra stammered. Mr. Shaw, we're in love. He just didn't love her anymore, so. As a homewrecker, you have a lot of nerve, he cut her off. And if it weren't for Chloe begging me to hire you, you never would have gotten a job. Here. In the 2 years you've been with us, have you accomplished anything of note? You're fired. Go to accounting and pick up your final paycheck. Sandra was dumbfounded. She had tried to get me fired, and now she was the one being shown the door. She tried to argue. Does the CEO know about this? Mr. Shaw smiled. The order to fire you came directly from him. The office erupted in cheers. Get out of here, you snake. Yeah, I was starting to worry you'd go after my bald-headed husband next. Good riddance. A person like you would have ruined this company. Sandra, humiliated, grabbed her purse and fled without even cleaning out her desk. Thank you, Mr. Shaw, I said. He smiled. Don't thank me. It wasn't your fault. If I had fired you and kept her, the boss would have had my head. Just focus on your work, he said kindly. There are plenty of fish in the sea. You'll find someone who truly loves you. I threw myself into my work. The pain of the betrayal still stung sometimes, but it was manageable. A few weeks later, Adrian called. He sounded desperate. He wanted to see me. I was about to refuse, but then I remembered that he was probably starting to feel the effects of the poison. I couldn't miss that. I agreed to meet him. The location was a rustic resort in the countryside. As I got out of my car, children began to approach me, each one handing me a single white rose. Soon my arms were full. The path led to a stage, decorated with a stunning arch of white roses. It was the wedding I had always dreamed of. Adrian appeared on the stage, dressed in a sharp suit. He walked toward me, knelt on one knee, and opened a small box, revealing a sparkling diamond ring. Chloe, I can't give you the wedding you deserve just yet, but I hope this proposal will be a start. I laughed, a cold, empty sound, and dropped the roses. Adrian, we're broken up. No, Chloe, I was wrong, he pleaded, his face a mask of desperation. It was all Sandra's fault. She seduced me. I was a fool. It was just physical. I never had any feelings for her. I still love you, you have to believe me. He was on his knees, his face a caricature of remorse. I knew he was only doing this to save his own life, but I wouldn't give him the chance. I could never love him again. Adrian, do you really think I could ever love you again? He nodded eagerly. Yes, of course you can. Just think of all the happy times we had. I was so good to you. It would be easy for you to love me again, right? I shook my head. Never again, Adrian. Not in this lifetime. Fear flashed in his eyes. He tore open his shirt, revealing a large purple bruise over his heart. Please, Chloe, I'm begging you. You have to love me again. Or I'll die. When we both thought the love charm would kill me, I said, my voice shaking with rage. Did you care about whether I lived or died? No. If I had been the one dying, you probably wouldn't have even come to my funeral. Sandra, he roared. Get out here and apologize, you bitch. Do you want to die? Sandra emerged from the shadows wearing a mask and a hat. When she took them off, I gasped. Her face was covered in oozing sores. She fell to her knees before me. Chloe, I'll give him back to you. He still loves you. Please take him back. For the sake of our friendship, please save me. I don't want to die. A wave of satisfaction washed over me. Sandra, so it's come to this. Don't you remember? Just a few weeks ago you were the one who wanted me to die. I have no friendship with you. In my eyes, you are nothing but a pathetic, universally despised homewrecker. She started slapping herself, tears streaming down her pustule-covered face. Yes, I'm a whore, I'm a homewrecker, it's all my fault. I'll never be better than you. I've apologized, Chloe. You'll forgive me, won't you? I don't want to die. Does an apology guarantee forgiveness? You seem to have a very simplistic view of the world. If I were the one dying, would an apology from me have mattered to you? Would you have let Adrian love me again to save my life? She was silent. She knew the answer. She continued to kowtow, hoping to earn my pity, but my heart was stone. Chloe, she seduced me. It wasn't my fault. Adrian cried. She was the one who kept telling me how disgusting it was that you had a bug inside you. She's the one who convinced me to break up with you. If it wasn't for her, none of this would have happened. You don't have to forgive her, but you have to forgive me. His words were a fresh stab of pain. I had a bug inside me, so he found me disgusting? Adrian, I said, my voice trembling with a new fury. Why did I have that charm inside me in the first place? You were the one who brainwashed me, who demanded I take it. How dare you be disgusted by me for it? You two can go to hell together. I will never forgive you. And I will never love you again. Adrian broke down completely. His fear of death was palpable. He stood up, grabbed Sandra by the hair and started kicking her in the stomach. It's all your fault, you whore. You seduced me. Chloe loved me so much, and you told me she was disgusting. You told me to leave her. You're the one who couldn't keep it in your pants. Sandra screamed back, spitting blood. You were the one prancing around in your slutty little outfits, rubbing your legs against me. If you hadn't seduced me, I never would have cheated. The sight of them tearing each other apart was deeply satisfying, but I had seen enough. I turned to leave. Adrian crawled to me, grabbing my leg. Chloe, please don't leave me. Please don't abandon me. Love me one more time. Chloe, for the sake of our friendship, please save me, Sandra whimpered. If you love him again, I won't have to die. Her words only fueled my anger. For all those years, I was the only one who believed in our friendship. She had always hated me. I spoke calmly. After you die, I'll have someone send a wreath to your funerals. No, Chloe, don't leave me. Adrian cried. I kicked him away and ran. His desperate pleas followed me, but I didn't look back. They wanted me to die. Why should I save them? And even if I wanted to, I could never love Adrian again. A man who had hurt me so deeply was not worthy of the word love. A week later, I heard that Adrian and Sandra had been admitted to the hospital and were in critical condition. The doctors couldn't do anything for them, they were being kept alive by machines. I went to see them. Adrian, barely conscious, was still apologizing, still promising to spend the rest of his life making it up to me. I laughed. I knew he was only saying it to save himself. Just die peacefully, Adrian. If you hadn't forced me to take that charm, none of this would have happened. You wanted proof of my love, without any regard for my life. This is what you deserve. Then I went to see Sandra. You were right, she whispered. You are better than me. In every way. I admit defeat. I just want to live. Can you help me? Without me, you wouldn't even have had a job. Of course I'm better than you. Why else do you think all those guys liked me instead of you? It's too late to admit defeat now. I can't save you. Think about it. If I were the one lying in this bed, would you have let Adrian save me by loving me again? She was silent. I left the hospital, a strange, heavy feeling in my chest. When I got home, I vomited. In the mess on the floor, I saw a small dead insect. I was confused. The woman had said the charm had transferred to Adrian's body. Why had I thrown it up? I didn't dwell on it. For me, it was over. I knew that the moment I expelled that dead charm, Adrian and Sandra were gone. In the years that followed, I dedicated myself to my career. Without the distractions of a toxic relationship, I thrived. I rose through the ranks of the company, and when the CEO retired, he left me in charge. I met a man. He was kind and good to me. We got married and soon I was pregnant. The day I gave birth, I saw a familiar face standing outside the delivery room. It was the woman who had given me the love charm. She was smiling at me. Back in my room, I asked my husband to give us a moment. He was always so considerate. Of course. Take your time. I'll be right outside if you need anything. You told me the charm had transferred to his body, I said to her. But I threw up a dead one. Why? She smiled. That particular charm is hermaphroditic. When you were intimate, it split into a male and a female. One of them entered his body. Why are you here today? I asked. She sighed. I have given this charm to many young women. I'm just traveling, seeing how many of them truly got what they wanted. Are any of the charms still alive? She shook her head. A love that needs a charm to prove its existence is not love at all. She didn't stay long. After she left, my husband came back in. That woman was strange, he said. She was playing with a weird-looking bug. She asked me if I wanted it. Said that if I kept it, you would love me forever. I raised an eyebrow. Did you take it? He shook his head vehemently. Of course not. If I love you enough, you will love me back. Our love doesn't need a bug to prove it. Tears welled in my eyes. I will love you, I said, my voice thick with emotion. For my whole life. Me too, he said and kissed me.